Hey guys, it's me, Jessica Borden, coming to you to talk to you today about Facebook Live open houses, virtual open houses, kind of all of these topics that run together that I have had a lot of questions around, and I know Stephen has received a lot of questions as well. It's been a topic of several of the Sunday night sessions that he's been doing on Zoom, and I wanted to kind of put together some things to help you kind of plan, prepare, understand the tools so that you can execute that stuff a lot more simply. So today I'm just going to kind of talk to you. I've got my little cheat sheet here. I'm going to talk about Facebook Live. We're going to talk about kind of like all the tools that are available in that system. We're going to talk about prep, just general open house prep, like where do you need to post things, the difference between virtual and in person, what are the rules, what are the standards, like what is it going to look like for those different types of open houses, just kind of talking about the pros and cons of different approaches to doing these kinds of events and using social media to push them, talking about other live options beside Facebook. So kind of let you know some of the other things that you could be using to do live in-person things. We're going to talk a little bit about a couple tools in Command in your KW mobile app that'll help you with some of these types of virtual open houses or even virtual showings, because I know sometimes now, especially, we're dealing with people who are wanting to kind of get like a virtual tour, but they want it to be more of a one-on-one. They don't necessarily just want a Matterport sent to them on an email, that kind of thing. So just really wanted to touch base with you all on all of these items. So we'll kind of go in and out of screen share. It's going to be very casual. And of course, you'll be able to access this later as well. So first of all, I'll just talk about prep. So open house prep, like where would you be starting out with your open house prep? So the first things to think about are, where are you going to be putting the information? So MLS, KWLS, Zillow, what are, social media sites, like what are the different places? So you probably want to sit down and think about, first of all, am I doing virtual or am I doing in person? So whichever one of those categories that you're doing, if you're going to do virtual, then think about like, where do I need to put all of the information in order for it to work the way that I want it to work, in order for everything to be planned and executed properly. Same thing with in person. So if you're going to do an in-person open house, there's probably even a lot more things that you need to think about. So I need to have masks and gloves and shoe covers and hand sanitizer and wipes and all of these things that you need to have in place. Maybe even marking tape on the sidewalk. So if people are outside, you have them waiting outside or in their cars, and bringing one family in at a time and having someone on a porch or stationed outside to register them and get them into the house. So there's just a lot of things that you could be doing. So I've actually attended 2 in-person open houses last weekend to kind of see how they were doing the social distancing, right, in order to know how to better communicate this with you. Also, I am shopping for a house, So thinking about prep, we're going to just talk through the virtual and in-person open houses kind of in tandem. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you really quickly and go in. And first of all, I want to bring up to you this article from May 8th from the Greater Chattanooga Realtors. So with this, it's going to be really and truly explaining how you need to do these different things. So it's today, of course, is the 21st when I'm recording this. This won't be published until next week, but so when you're seeing this, they may have already voted for this to come back into place, but they've never banned in-person open houses. In light of the pandemic and continued CDC recommendations, they disabled the in-person open house function and enable the virtual open house function. So if you do decide to host an in-person open house, you're encouraged to consider NAR's open house guidelines, which there's a link for you right here. I definitely would like for you to read this if you're going to do an in-person open house. And in addition to marketing open houses on social media and elsewhere, listing agents may include an open house date and time in the public remarks. open house Sunday 2 to 4, provided there's no branding or personal contact information in the public remarks. So I'll pull up the MLS too here in a minute, and I'll show you like a listing and like show you where the public remarks are, and just know that you cannot say anything else other than open house Sunday 2 to 4. You may want to say something like social distancing being practiced, masks and gloves available, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just putting that out there to you. So I wanted to show you this first because I think this is kind of the jumping off point for whichever direction that you feel personally comfortable and your seller feels personally comfortable with where you're going to go with your open house. Because obviously if your seller isn't comfortable with having people actually physically enter the home, you're going to need to do some type of virtual open house. So let's talk about Facebook for a second. So I'm going to bring us over to Facebook, and please know that with Facebook, you never know what you're going to get when you go onto Facebook because you can't control what other people post. So if anything crazy is here, it's my disclaimer. Okay, so with Facebook, you have several different kinds of tools. Of course, you have a Facebook personal page, and you have the opportunity to have Facebook business page, right? So as you can see over here, I have my Facebook business page. Voila, here it is. I'll click on it so you guys can see it. So a Facebook personal page is your personal individual. You have all of your friends that you have connections with. You see friends on timelines. Of course, that is controlled by an algorithm of the people you interact with most. And then you have the Facebook business page, which is your business entity, giving you that validity on Facebook as a business person or a business entity if you're a team or a group. So you want to make sure that you kind of have the identifier between the two. Obviously with the Facebook business page, you can do paid ads, boosted posts, etc., where your personal page you cannot, because you're not a business. You can't run ads if you're not a business. So with this, just thinking about the business page, I would probably run all of my stuff as far as open houses from this page, not just my personal page. You can share it across to your personal page, so your people that you interact with the most will see it. So that way you're kind of getting more audience sharing, right? So if I was posting something about an open house here, I would be able to share that across to my personal page to get the word out. So just kind of a quick overview on that. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is Facebook events. So I know many of you do Facebook events for your open houses. So you set up an event, a date and time, or a set of dates and times recurring for an open house or for something specific that you're doing, client event or whatever that looks like. But with Facebook events, you know that you have to go in. I'm actually going to see if I can go and find the Facebook events really quick. I've switched to the new Facebook, and I am still trying to figure out where everything is at. So Facebook events, let's get it to go there. It's taking a really long time. Okay. So I think it's right here, see more. Here we go. So events. Facebook events is going to show you events that are happening near you. So if you were logged into Facebook and you went to your Facebook business page, as I would recommend, you could create an event for your open house. So you could have like open house 123 Main Street, Sunday, the 24th from 2 to 4 p.m. Or virtual open house, Sunday 2 to 4 p.m. or Sunday from whatever time to whatever time. So with the event, it's a really great way to get awareness out to people, because you can invite everybody on your friends list or everybody who likes your page. If you do it from your page, I probably would do it from your page just for the validity factor. You could do it from your page and then share the event to everybody on your personal page as well. So there's some different approaches to this. There's not really one right or wrong way, right? But with events, your event is going to show up on the day or around the day that something is happening. So you can kind of see these events are probably targeted to me based on things that I have liked or done or been to before. And they're not always suggested appropriately, right? Sometimes you're like, I would never go there. But you can see like any upcoming events that you have are going to show up right here on the left-hand side of the events page. You can search for events. You can create new events directly from here. Okay, so looking at this, you could create an event. And for your event, you would be able to share that information with people so that they kind of know to put it on their calendar, right? Probably with a virtual event, the thing that I've been hearing is, or the question that I've been having from people is, should I do my Facebook Live of my virtual open house from inside of my event? And in a perfect world, I would love to say, yes, that's exactly where you need to do it because it's the event, right? I think that your event should drive people back to your business page. So you could put links back to your business page, continually kind of adding information in there about it, putting snippets, putting posts, putting information. So anybody who is interested or marked going on that event kind of keeps getting the updates. So basically you would want to, sorry about that, guys. You would want to be able to kind of share information in the event space, but then kind of push people back to your Facebook business page to do it live. And the reason why is that if you do the live broadcast in your business page, or even if you do it in your personal page, I feel like the business page is better because it's a business activity. But if you only have like 3 likes on your business page so far, right? I don't know, you may want to run it from your personal page. You're gonna want to weigh out what's going to be the best for you personally based on your social presence. So if you run it from a business page or from your personal page, you would be able to get the notification of you going live out to a whole lot more people than if you are doing the live inside of the event. Because if I am going live inside of an event that I created, let's just pretend that this pork thing here on my screen is the live, or this women's fly high thing here. If I made this event, you can see there's somebody that I know that is interested in that, right? So one person that I know is interested in that, but if only the people who are interested in or attending that event will get a notification of the live stream beginning. So I feel like you have your personal page on Facebook, right? And you have your 1,000 friends or 5,000 friends or however many you have. And then you have your business page, which narrows down the audience to the people that like, know, and trust you in the business realm, or people who are maybe just past clients, or people that are interested or have liked your page for various reasons, right? So you're taking the funnel from really wide to a little bit more narrow. And then when you take it to the event level, you're taking it to extremely narrow, right? It's such a small group of people, typically, who will be interested in an event compared to the larger group. So I just want to make sure that if you do decide to go live inside of an event on Facebook, that you know and realize that it's going to be a smaller pool of people that are going to get notices about it. Whereas if you created the event and from your business page and then kept sharing it kind of out to others and getting people excited about it, and then directing them back to you going live on your Facebook business page, I feel like you're going to get a better response for a virtual event. So I just wanted to talk through that with you. Another question that I have had is watch party. What the heck is a watch party, right? So a watch party is actually where there's a live video of some kind that's publicly being able to be seen. So from your business page, if you were going live, let me actually go back home really quick. So I'm going to show you from your business page. If you're going live, it's going to naturally be public because your business page is publicly searchable unless you have it hidden for some reason. So if you were going to go live in your business page, just give me 1 second, you would be able to then share Let's see here. I need to post. Let me go down. Oh my gosh, it's moving really slow for me. Post. Oh, that's message. I have not been on here in a minute. On my business page. Create post. It was really far down. So if I went to my create post and I went here, I could actually go to live video, or I could create watch party. Okay, Facebook is not working with me today. So if I was going on here and doing a video, right? If I was going on and doing a video on here, then I would be able to share that video with others. So then you could have someone else start a watch party for a public video. Or if you did decide to go live in an event that you created and make sure that that live in that event is publicly open to anyone, you could do a watch party from inside of here for your event. So what I was going to try to show you is, there's the live right there. Oh my gosh. It's like the Mondayest Thursday ever. So from here, I could actually go in and I could say watch party, right? So I could search for a video that was live streaming at the moment, or I could search for something that I've watched or saved or from a specific page, right? So I could do a watch party around a video that's happening live. So I think though, what you would have to have is you'd have to have two devices where you're doing live on one and then you're using another device to push the watch party out from your business page. So, or from your personal page. You could do a watch party from your personal page on something from your business page. So basically what that does is it just allows people to come in and watch and interact with you while you're watching a video that's currently happening. So just something that I wanted to share with you. Okay, so that is kind of a 30,000 foot view around Facebook and some of the different tools that you would be able to use. Really embarrassed that that live button was right there. The new Facebook is different. If you haven't switched over to the new look, I'm still, like I said, I've only had it switched for a couple of days. So thinking about other live options. So you have other live options that you could be using. You could be using YouTube Live. So if you already have a YouTube channel or you want to create a YouTube channel, you can use YouTube Live. All you would have to do, let me go over here to YouTube. Okay. And there's no idea what could possibly be on my YouTube from my kids watching YouTube. Okay, so if I go into YouTube, I can go up here in my YouTube channel and I can go live. So it's just right here where the little video camera is. I can go live. You can do this from your phone too, but you can go live and you can do basically the same kind of interactions that you would be doing. I dropped my paper. You could be doing the same kind of interactions with people through YouTube Live. And what's cool about YouTube Live is you can push it over to Facebook. So if you were running it YouTube Live, it'll actually record for your YouTube channel also. And then you could push it to other social platforms. So you could have it running on YouTube Live and then having it porting into Facebook, which is pretty neat actually. So, I know a lot of you, if you're doing virtual like worship services for your church or synagogue or anything like that, that you probably are seeing some of the Facebook and YouTube Live interactions with that. The other one that you can do is using an Instagram story. So Instagram being Facebook's sister of social media. You could use Instagram story. Let me see if I can really quick get into my phone, and I will screen share my phone with you. Share. Okay, let's see. All right, there we go. All right, so now you guys can see my phone. So I'm in the Instagram for the KW Chattanooga page. So what you can do is you can actually go over, if you swipe to the right and you scroll over here to the left all the way, oops, what in the world? If you scroll over to the left, that was weird, you will be able to see, look, here's my office, you can see. I could go live here, I'm not going to, but I just click this button that's right here, and I can go live, and I can be live, I can show people what's going on. So I think that this may not be great for a, I'm going to stop that share really quick. This may not be great for your whole open house, unless your Instagram is where you get a lot of your following and a lot of your interactions. But it would be a great way to do like a sneak peek, right? So you could say like, hey guys, I'm getting ready to go live for my virtual open house. Just really wanted to get you guys to know that if you want to go to the link in my bio, because you can put a link in your Instagram bio for your Facebook event, right? Or for your Facebook page, you can say, here, click the link and you can tune in, or YouTube or wherever you are. Click the link and you can tune in to our live broadcast of this open house. So it's kind of like a teaser place that you can put it. And when you do that, you can also push the live over to your Facebook story. So it's like you're live in both places. It's amazing how it all connects. So Instagram Live is a really cool way to do that. And it'll notify like every single person on your Instagram that follows you that you've gone live. So just kind of another neat way to connect with people. Of course, Zoom. So I'm using Zoom to record this right now. So if you're using Zoom, you'll be able to screen share. You'll be able to do a lot of really great things with it. Now, Zoom from your phone is a little bit different kind of experience. So I feel like for virtual open houses, I don't know that Zoom is a great tool just because you have to switch between so many different kinds of things. But I think Zoom is a great tool for like a virtual showing. I mean, of course, FaceTime. You have FaceTime too, but that's a one-on-one. Whereas Zoom could be a group. So if you had a group of people who wanted to see a property, you could do a Zoom session for that. And you could even share the screen of a video that you already took with someone and talk to them about it and have conversation with them around it. So there's some really cool technological tools out there. And if you missed it, I did a Zoom training that's recorded on my YouTube channel, and it's also on the original KW Chattanooga page on Facebook. So those are some other options for live or connected ways to get with people. I mean, there's a lot of other ones. There's a free conference call, join.me. There's just a lot, but those are the ones that I'm familiar with that I would tell you I would feel confident that you could do and accomplish what you want with it. So a couple last things that I want to share with you. Keller Williams has given you guys some amazing tools. And one of the things that I would tell you to do to kind of get people to register, to be a part of something, especially if you're going to do YouTube Live or you're going to do Zoom or you're going to do something different that's not encompassed inside of Facebook. If you want to be able to capture the information of the people that you are kind of connecting with about an open house, there's some great tools that you could use to do that with Command. So you knew you were not going to get out of this without me going into Command. So underneath the Consumer tab in your KW Command, I'm going to show you 2 things in Command and then show you 1 thing in your app, and then you're going to be free from me. You have an opportunity to create a landing page, which is kind of like a squeeze page, a capture page for your open house or for any event that you're doing, or just to advertise a listing, etc. So you can go in and create a standalone, right here, a standalone page, and I'll just go in and hit create so that you can see. And I've shown a few of you guys this, and I've talked a little bit about landing pages, but I think this is an amazing way to post this to your social channels to get people to kind of get hyped up and get excited about your event. So what you can do is, looking at these widgets over here on the right hand side, you can build out a little website that's all about your listing. So I will tell you from my experience that I have always built, not always, I have learned to build always from the bottom up on the screen, because dragging and dropping these things in, you'll see what I'm talking about. So you have these different widgets, which are basically just a cute, fun word that is for a different kind of little piece of information that when you move it over here, it's kind of like an HTML code that's pre-written to show a certain set of content. So for instance, the legal footer is what we have to have on the bottom of any kind of web page that we do. So if I drag the legal footer over, you'll see it's going to have like your links for your social media, your logo, location information, disclaimering statements, anything like that that you need, because it's the footer with all the legal stuff on it. And then what I've had experience with people that has really worked great is to then take a lead form. And if you see the green line, you know that you're setting it on top of this form, or that widget right there, which was the legal footer, and you have your lead form. And then I've had a lot of folks who've really loved putting the listing information in here as well. Ignore this. This is going to be a placeholder listing when we all like to be selling that one. So a listing set of information, which we're going to configure. And then we will go in and we will put in a video, right? Because you've probably had a lot of you guys that have been doing video tours with your photography while you're taking listings right now. So we can put a video in here. And then branded header, which is just our branding about us, right? So now you have this page kind of set up that you could be using. And then you'll configure. So down here at the bottom, give me just a second, and I'm going to get my annotation set up so you can see my mouse. You'll go in and you'll be able to configure the widgets to be how you want them to be. So I'll start with my branded header. You could say virtual open house 5/24, 2 to 4 p.m. Okay. And then if I save and apply, it'll process my screen and redo this widget to have that information. Then I can come up to my arrow at the kind of top here, which says 1/5, and I can move to my video information. So I could say 123 Main Street, or I could just say wonderful new construction in Ottawa, right? And then I could put a description that would be 123 Main Street, 37363, right? Then you have the opportunity to use a video URL or upload a video from your computer. So if you took a video or you had somebody that sent you a MP4 video, you could just upload it directly by clicking upload. Or if you use video URL, you can go to YouTube, good old YouTube, right? And let me just go over here and I'm going to find virtual tour Ottawa. Okay. So we're going to pretend that this house right here is our virtual tour, okay? And then you copy the link and you can go back to, oops, clicked the wrong one. You can go back to your URL and paste that in there. And then when you save and apply, you will now have your video in the system. Okay. So now you have the information for your video. So the next thing you would do is you would click the right arrow one more time. You would browse the listing. So Ottawa, Tennessee. Right. And then we could select, some of these are sold. I was trying to look and find somebody. Here, we'll just select this one. So then you can select the listing and save and apply. You would also be able to select the pictures, but it looks like this one only had the one, okay? So as it applies, you have your video and then you have your information right here, okay? So from here, you would be able to then move to the next one. And for your listing, I recommend searching for the address because it'll pull it by the address or the MLS number quicker. So from here, you can then put a caption on your form, register for virtual open house. Okay. And then it will fix all of these pieces to then have your registration form, right? And then last but certainly not least, just making sure that you have all of the links. So if I wanted to put the YouTube link for that video in here or the link to my YouTube channel, I could add that as well. I've left that off of here so that if I did want to put videos in for specific landing pages, I could just kind of use different videos. So you can switch that or leave it static, like your whole channel URL. So then just make sure that has all of your information correct. And when you save and apply, you will have your landing page. And I'm not going to publish this one, but you could just publish this. And once you do, you want to probably also title it up here as well. I was hiding my title with my Zoom graphics. You would want to come up here and name this like landing or the virtual open house 123 Main Street, whatever you want to name it. So you'd want to do that. So I'm actually going to leave this page because I don't want it. But here's an example, the video tour. You then have this URL that you can copy. And here's one that's live, you can see it. You can go in and see this page. You would be able to then copy this URL and paste it somewhere like Facebook, for instance. Oh, my husband's trying to sell me things here. Let's see, create post. So then I could paste this and then I would have my page right here, right? So then you could use those landing pages as kind of the way to advertise how to register for your virtual open house. You could say, register today to attend my virtual open house at 1234 Main Street on Sunday, blah, blah, blah. Newly listed, blah, blah, you know. You can come in and do however you want to type in the information. So from there, you would be able to use this as a way to kind of drive traffic to get to your virtual open house or to your regular open house. Just make sure your page reflects what kind of event you're doing. So that was something I wanted to show you in Command. And then the next thing that I wanted to show you in Command was inside of your designs software. I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that you had some really awesome templates that have come up recently in your designs. I'm going to click plus, and I'm going to do a social just so that I can show you some of these templates. We won't walk through the template, but I just want to make sure that I show you some of these templates so that you're able to see. All right. So from here, you'll be able to see that in the featured area, the My App stuff is the featured part of the designs. For the My App designs, they're all boxed into the Instagram shape. That does not mean you can't use them on Facebook. They work perfectly fine on Facebook. I actually do both of the posts that I do for the office using these templates, the Instagram size, because I post it to both locations and want to make one graphic, not two. So a couple of these new ones are these stay in, search on, video tours, and tour homes. So these are some great posts that you could be using, and I'm about to show you this tool in your app. But those are some really cool ones. There's also some Instagram box size designs in the pivot shift ahead section that's kind of talking about different things that you could be doing, kind of just a lot of neat new designs that you could be using to get people engaged with your event. You could use some of these designs and then redo the wording on them so that it matches what your message is. But I just wanted to show you there's some new stuff there. And in the new designs, Instagram and Facebook, there are some newer ones that were just posted. So one thing I'll show you is under listings. You do have several open house templates in the Facebook, Instagram story, LinkedIn, and Twitter sizing. So if you wanted to make a specified graphic for each of your platforms and even your story for Instagram or Facebook, you could come in and do that as well, because these are pre-sized for you. And then same with lead generation, you could have an event invitation that is kind of talking about your open house. You're invited. You could make this and you could actually send it out to people either via email or Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, Instagram story, Facebook story. I think those are all some really great effective ways to invite people to events, especially digital events. But I wanted to show you a couple of those things in designs that you have access to so that you know that you have tools to create those. And last and certainly not least, I'm going to stop the share again and reshare to my phone. Let me really quickly get in here and do a share screen, phone, share. And we're going to come back into my phone. Okay. And then in my phone, if you look at my KW app, so there's some really cool ideas around your KW app that they have been working on, especially in our current climate. I'm going to click nearby. And so there's a lot of homes here nearby that we could look at. I'm just going to click on Hamilton Cove right here. So on Hamilton Cove, I can actually come in and look at this as a consumer and look at the information. And then I could go down here to the bottom to this virtual tour segment. I could come in and I could schedule a video tour. So with this, I could then come in and I could say, well, I'm available tomorrow in the morning. I'm available Saturday in the afternoon, but I need to see it before then. Like I don't have any other times that I could see it, right? You could do up to 3 times. So I guess they could also do Saturday morning if they were available Saturday afternoon. So in here, then you can select in-person or live video. So if I select in-person, it's just going to say schedule tour, okay? But if I select live video, it's going to give me video platforms that I prefer. So as the consumer, right, because this is a consumer app, your consumer can do this with you. I'm telling you this because your consumers might start doing this, and I want you to know where to look and where to go to get the information. So I could come in and I could say, well, I have an iPhone, so FaceTime would work for me. Facebook Messenger would work for me, or Google Hangouts or Zoom. If I say other, I think that you're probably just going to ask them the question as what other is, because it doesn't open a box for you to type in. But they can select any of the platforms that they are comfortable with. And then if they hit schedule, it did it. It's in a schedule, right? So now in Kelly, you can see, these are a few seconds ago, video tours requested from Jessica Borden. And it's going to show my information of the person who requested it. But as you can see here, this person only has email. So the only way that I would be able to respond to them is I could send them an email and say video tour. I'd love to do a video tour with you. Is 10 a.m. tomorrow better? Or is 1 p.m. Saturday better? Good time. And then from here, I could always tell that person, FaceTime is my favorite platform to use. Will that work for you? This is me as the agent now, okay? Messenger video. Okay, so if I send this, right? Now I can go back to Kelly and I can go back to that person and I can log an interaction with that person, email. Gave her times and options for video tour. Okay, so then yes, record, logged conversation. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and stop the share and go back one more time to my command because I want to show you what happens. So I actually also have the notification bell on my command up here that are going to tell me when I have those things. I have not refreshed my command, but if I refresh my command, it will show me the most recent notifications. Okay, 3 minutes ago. Okay, Kelly's faster because it's on your phone, but I just wanted to show that to you. Also, if I go to my dashboard, it should be able to also show you that someone was active in your app. Where's my leads? It didn't update. You should be able to see it on your leads as well. But then I would be able to go into command and I would be able to look for Jessica. Okay. And then I would be able to see that she requested a video tour You can view the request. It tells you all of the platforms. And then on here, the email was sent to her. Okay. So what you could do is then you would be able to then have all of this information logged in Command if you're using these tools in order to share the information with your consumers. I love the video tour or the in-person tour request because it's really quick and fast and comes through efficiently. As you can see, I've connected all the platforms together. It did send the email through my mail app and not through my Gmail app on my phone, which is why I think in here it's just saying email info not available. But I believe in my notes, it should show. It's not showing. It should show in my notes the note that I wrote. I'm not really sure what the disconnect is there. I can check on that, but it's very efficient to be able to do all of those things. So that was kind of the big overview that I wanted to give you on all of these tools. I think the only way to know for sure is just to get out there and give it a whirl. Just to try something new and do something different. We're all kind of living in an unknown space and figuring out exactly what we need to be doing. And it's just one of those things that you're going to get better as you do it. Give yourself some grace and use the tools that you have, because I think if you start using them, it'll really make things efficient and easy for you to advertise, market, get registrations, set everything up, kind of have everything working and in place for you to feel comfortable. So, all right, guys. Well, if you have questions, feel free to ask and let me know. And I hope that you guys are having a great day and have a great rest of your week. Talk to you soon.